keep them on life support? Would dad would have wanted this way? Would mom would have wanted to go home to heaven? Let's pull the plug and take the money. There are 5 things that you need when you are considering a trust. The difference between a will and a trust. This is very confusing for some. Many people procrastinate and very few people end up getting either. I would highly encourage you to at least get a will. A will is going to direct your estate the way that you wanted it. But here's the thing. Everything that you have in a will still has to go through probate unless your heirs are joint owners on the accounts or the deeds. Probate can be expensive, it can be time consuming, and it is a massive headache. Trusts, on the other hand, are very smooth. There is 0 probate that you have to go through, and it allows you to control things from the grave, which is kind of cool. Parents, moms and dads, often they don't want their wealth or their assets to go to, say, a daughter-in-law or a son-in-law in the event that there's a divorce. Having a trust can allow you to control things from the grave and allow you to direct the wealth where you would have it. So a trust is going to be far better than a will. A will is important, but a trust is really the way to go. Now don't think, oh, I'm not worth $10 million. I don't have 12 pieces of real estate. I don't have all this money. I don't need a trust. You'd be shocked. If you're worth more than $250,000, you really do need a trust because it's going to be better for your kids. You don't want your kids to be shaking their fists at the heavens saying, curse you, dad, curse you, mom. You left me with a big mess. What the heck? You don't want that. You want it to be smooth. You want it to be painless. You want them to remember you with fondness and good memories. Thank you, mom and dad, for taking care of this so that it was easy on me. Those are the memories that you want. So when it comes to a trust, there's going to be 5 things that you want included in the trust. The first thing, if you're getting a good trust created, you're going to want a simple will. A will is going to cover anything that the trust doesn't. So a will is important, and a will would be thrown in typically with the trust. Number 2, you're going to want a living will. So this is going to go over health directives. So if you happen to get in a car accident and you're in a coma and you can't talk, but you can hear everything and you're hearing them talk about, should we keep them on life support? Would dad would have wanted this way? Would mom would have wanted to go home to heaven? And then you've got the one weird child who's saying, let's pull the plug and take the money. And you're sitting there listening and hearing all this and you can't move and you're like, you're trying to move your fingers and stuff saying, I'm around, don't pull the plug. That's why a living will is important, right? Because it gives directives with health. The third thing is power of attorney for assets. And then the 4th thing is power of attorney for health. This gives somebody specific authorization, specific authority to make decisions on your behalf for your assets and your health. And then the 4th thing is going to be a living trust, which goes over everything. You'll set up trustees, you'll set up an executor, you will fund the trust with your different assets, and therefore when you pass, everything is smooth. All they need is a death certificate, which they can get in a couple weeks, and then it is smooth sailing. I'll tell you a very quick story. We have an employee at our firm who their parents were pretty wealthy. They had a lot of different businesses. They had a lot of land that they owned, and they didn't have a proper trust. And because of that, there's a lot of infighting between the numerous children. Oh, I think dad wanted this way. I think mom wanted this way. And they've lost out, this is no exaggeration, on millions of dollars because there's been offers to buy businesses that were ultimately shut down. There's been offers to purchase land when the market was really high and they missed their opportunity because they didn't have consensus. Again, having a trust is going to be so much better because then you're not dealing with fighting among the kids. And I've seen it too many times. So if you're worth $250,000 or more, you need to have a trust. Now, most trusts, if you go to an estate planning attorney, it's going to be between $3,000 and $4,000. With us, it's about $700 for all of that. So $700 to have a full simple will, living will, power of attorney for assets and health, and then finally a living trust. So if you're looking for a really affordable way to get your directives in order, you want to give us a call. And so you're going to have an opportunity to do that. There's information in the link below, but make sure you have a trust if you're worth $250,000 or more. And if you're not, at least have a will, because It sucks when there's fighting. There's fighting going on. You don't want that to be the last memory. You want it to be a smooth transition. If you got value out of this, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.